this and why we love college football.
Scheffler back on top of the world.
A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
Prime time, Sunday night. Here we do our celebration that we worked on.
The Dolphins with reason to celebrate.
Come on now.
See a little canoe there.
Hey, with discipline, intensity, everybody watching.
Let's go to Patriots! The drive that Mac Jones needed.
Looked like it's a party and Detroit wasn't invited.
Wow, are you kidding? Yes. Big, Miles got home again. Ball out.
Good. Fly home safely, Atlanta.
You want to talk to the Dolphins? You talk to me.
What a throw by Tua. Unbelievable.
Really big selfie energy tonight after Tyreek Hill's celebration last week. We couldn't do a flip, but we are flipping out because the Cheetah has made his way into the stadium, bringing some speed and big plays. I'm sure his quarterback and the maestro, Tua Tagovailoa, looking cool and ready to take on his former Alabama teammate. They spent 3 years together, but for the first time in the pros, we get to watch them face off against each other, and I'm sure Jalen loves to see these guys walking in together. Yeah, they're sporting that old school Phillies, old school Kelly Green, and they walk together in unison. A good sign starting out the day. Welcome to Week 7. Maria Taylor alongside Devin McCourty and Jason Garrett. Welcome to Football Night in America. When you see the Kelly Green, Jason, what does it make you feel?
Yeah, nightmares. Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, those guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, I think Randall Cunningham. Cunningham touchdown.
All part of that same team, right?
all problems for you.
Yeah.
All right, we do have a great game coming your way tonight, but let's talk about what matters and what we've already seen. And we thought a couple of division leaders, we'd have a really competitive game between the Ravens and the Lions. Not so fast, my friends. It was the Ravens dominating Detroit.
Yeah, that's what matters to me, the Baltimore Ravens. Nobody's been banging this Lions drum more than I have, but they went to Baltimore, and they got dominated. Lamar was nearly perfect. The defense was dominant. They held the Lions to 6 points. They sacked Goff 5 times, and just loved how the Ravens attacked so many different ways. Lamar on the move, finding his favorite target, Andrews. They were impressive.
Yeah, upset in Foxborough, but the moral of the story, this Buffalo Bills team the last 3 weeks, they have not looked good. They have not looked like themselves. Josh Allen just didn't have time today. He was forced to try to be Superman every single play, and Mac Jones, game-winning touchdown. Sean McDermott, not too happy about that.
Yeah, Bill Belichick happy, though. Got his 300th win, just the third coach to ever do that. And guess what, guys? Halloween is getting closer and closer. Myles Garrett, he was looking a little scary, and that's what matters to Chris Sims.
Oh, that's right. He got Gardner Minshew. He's going to be one of those RIP tablets there in front of his house. But Myles Garrett single-handedly almost won this football game for the Cleveland Browns. One of the most exciting games of the day. We thought it was going to be a defensive struggle, but 2 strip sacks that ended up in points. Of course, this one here, hey, double team, no big deal. Go right around it, causes a touchdown for the Cleveland Browns. Tip passes all over the field, run game and pass game. And then, just going to jump over the right guard and block the field goal in a huge moment here that, again, set up points for the Cleveland Browns. Unbelievable defensive performance by Myles Garrett. Now, this guy right here, it was Lamar Jackson showtime all day. The patience in the pocket. This would be Lamar running a few years ago. Nope, he says, I'm going to sit here. I'm going to buy time. Boom, Nelson Aguilar back in the end zone. He was phenomenal today. 350-plus yards, 4 total TDs, Maria.
All right, great stuff. That's what matters, and this is what's happening right now. Football Night in America alert. How about this on 4th and 1? Steelers trying to clinch it. They have to review this play, but they get the first down.
They gave him that?
They gave it to him.
You got to get to the yellow line, don't you?
That's what I thought.
Full highlights are coming up, but guys, the Steelers are 4-2 on the season. How about that? As we head out to Lincoln Financial Field, where we are going to find Jack, Rodney, and Tony.
A lot of Kelly Green out there, Maria.
There sure is, Coach, and as you can see, we got a couple of teams with Super Bowl expectations. It's speed versus power tonight, and last month you were at the Dolphins facility. So what did you learn down there in Miami that applies tonight?
Well, you realize it's not just about speed with the Dolphins. They don't want to be just the fastest. They want to be the smartest, and I think Coach McDaniel's done a great job of pushing and challenging these guys, and they've done a great job of responding.
And Miami is very, very fast, but Philadelphia, on the other hand, is built for power.
Offensive line, huge. Defensive line, physical. That's how they're going to have to win the game tonight at the line of scrimmage.
For days like this, Coach.
Yes.
And the Dolphins, they use the most pre-snap motion by far in the NFL. The Eagles, they use the least. That matters to you tonight. Why?
It really does, because the Philadelphia secondary is banged up. All that motion, they're going to have to communicate well, Rodney, and we'll see how they do.
They don't have Reed Blankenship, who's their signal caller. That's a huge mistake. You do too much.
These two teams, very different styles. It's produced a couple of the best records in the NFL. Now the Dolphins and the Eagles, they meet on Sunday Night Football. All right, gentlemen, so Tyreek Hill, the selfie flip last week, it adds him now to the prop celebration charts. And what a celebration that was. Smooth.
Dude, I almost got dizzy watching him flip. Are you kidding me?
So we got to go back. Joe Horn, the flip phone house call.
That old school, right?
This is my favorite right here. We just talked to Ocho Cinco. Put the man in the Hall of Fame.
He stood by it, didn't he? T.O. with the Sharpie.
Yeah, this one you know you have confidence when you're going to carry your Sharpie and autograph your touchdown ball.
Hey, back in the day, too, they used to have to pay extra for those celebrations when you break out the prop. No fine yet for Tyreek Hill, but it has been a tremendous, historic start to his season. And it helps that Miami, they get the ball out faster than any offense in the league. So how do they make life so hard on defenses?
Well, Jack, they almost force you into playing man-to-man coverage. Ideally, you'd say, hey, I want to play zone, stay back, keep the ball in front of you. But here's what happens when you play zone. There's so much run-pass options, so much play action. Your linebackers are getting run reads. That allows the receivers to get behind you. Tua gets it out so fast, you can't hold up in the zone, so it forces you to play man.
You want to play man-to-man to challenge the quick passing game, but I'm double-teaming Tyreek Hill. There's no way in the world I'm letting him go one-on-one with anybody on the Philadelphia Eagles.
So what happens, Jack? You play man-to-man. You have to use the safety to double Tyreek. That opens up the running game for Miami and gives them big play.
You see all those beasts they got up front, Coach? They got to handle the run. Stay back with Tyreek.
It has been a historically fast start for the Miami Dolphins. Albeit hasn't been the most tremendous competition to date. It will be that tonight. We had to break out the scroll, though. The scroll to show you how many of those categories they lead in. Back into you, Maria.
Historic, you say. Yeah, the Dolphins have the second most yards by any team through 6 games in NFL history, which is why we have the scroll, because they're atop the leaderboard in so many different stats. We don't have time to break them down, but we want you to be aware of them, okay, and know how historic this offense is. But you have keyed in on this run game, Chris, and why is that?
It's crazy. Well, it's the #1 run game in football. It's not even close right now. I mean, what they're doing is extraordinary. And like Rodney Harrison just said, keep the safeties deep. Oh, yeah? Well, you keep the safeties deep. This is the new answer they bring this year. They're not afraid to run it between the tackles and give it to one of their fast guys, Raheem Mostert up the middle. Too many guys in the middle. You're worried about Waddle or Tyreek Hill over the middle in a play-action pass. They smash you in there, and they get on the edge, Devin.
Yeah, 13 years in the NFL, we should come in every week and say this is a downhill running team or this is an outside running team. When you play against a team like this that can kill you running outside or come downhill straight at you, it's hard to have answers as a defense.
Yeah, this is by far the biggest area of improvement for the Dolphins from last year. You said it's the best running game in the National Football League. Line one, when you play these guys, get back, eliminate the explosive plays. You got to play coverage against Tyreek and Waddle, and they take advantage of these light boxes. But you said it. It's both inside and it's outside, and they take advantage of their speed. It's big time.
Yeah, that's literally why Devin retired, actually. He just told us that. He was like, I don't want any of those problems, okay? That's the Eagles' problems today. Let's get you a Football Night in America alert as we have games coming to an end here.
Oh, we got a little Geno time right here. Bobo in the back of the end zone. It's 10-7 Cardinals. Look at the footwork right here.
Why would you not throw to a guy named Bobo?
Right?
Go get it, Bobo.
Bobo means touchdown. And Seahawks end up getting the win because of that right there.
Yeah, a huge play by Bobo. Gets both feet down. Take a look again. Here we go in slow-mo, Bobo.
He's an undrafted rookie out of UCLA who's been really doing a good job for this offense.
It was a day for some undrafted rookies, man.
It was.
Oh, could it be a day for
Kelly Green?
Or Kelly Green is right.
For A.J. Green, he looks even faster
Your
than
old
Kelly
man has
Green.
nightmares about those guys, too.
I did, too. I didn't have to play him.
Say hike. Make a move. No, too many moves.
Come on, kid, get upfield.
Look at baby McCourty, Braden getting in his work with dad.
That's a little backyard trainer trying to get him right. My teammates are haters, even my own brother.
Man,
that moves
nice uncle he is.
Yeah, but you got to have a little bit of haters early. That's how we can understand it. Okay,
that
but maybe we're going to see him in flag football in LA Olympics in 2028. We cannot wait to have the men's and women's flag be a part of it. It's one of the fastest growing sports in the world, played by more than 20 million people in over 100 countries. And what if, guys? What if Tyreek Hill lined up? Okay, he said it would be amazing to have a super team playing in the Olympics, like a dream team flag football squad. And what if a bunch of NFL players bought into that?
Well, yeah, I don't think it's going to be fair. I mean, you might as well just give him the gold now if Tyreek's going to play.
If he's out there, you could go play quarterback.
I could. You're right. Screen right, screen left.
Let's go.
No doubt. I want a gold. Go ahead. I'm going to do it.
Well, that's coming your way 2028. Let's talk about what happened in Week 7, starting with Atlanta taking on Tampa Bay. It's a battle for the NFC South. Bijan Robinson, though, only one touch on the day, battling some kind of illness. To the fourth quarter we go. Ritter looking for the end zone, but it's knocked out and it's a touchback.
He had trouble securing the ball all day long. 3 fumbles in the red zone. What a play by Winfield, knocking it out before he gets it across. Tampa has a chance coming back the other way.
Yes, so let's go bring in Baker Mayfield, all right? He's going to look and end up scrambling for 31 yards, which is going to put them in field goal range and tie this ball game up.
It's Baker magic right there. Line one with him is competitiveness, his instincts. He gives the Bucs a chance.
All right, he said, let's go. Let's keep it going. 40 seconds left. Ball's back in Ritter's hands, and he's going to look for tight end on National Tight End Day. Kyle Pitts, you got an answer?
Get the ball to Pitts. You kidding me? National Tight Ends Day, they were all over the place. Biggest play of the game for the Falcons.
2 plays later, who is it? Younghoe Koo. Come on out here. The 51-yarder will seal the win, and it is absolutely good. That's the 3rd game-winning field goal this season for Koo. King Koo is what we call him in Atlanta.
That's how these games end every week for the Falcons. He's clutch.
All right, the Raiders taking on the Bears. It's the battle of the backups. Tyson Bagent, Division II Shepherd University, stepping in. 50 family members out there.
He's playing for free this week. I can just tell you right now. All those tickets. But shows a little swag here, Maria. Sure. Again, early on, it was high percentage passes, a little scramble, getting the crowd going. I like it from the look.
He's got a sleeve tat. I believed in him from the very beginning when I saw him. I was like, he might have it. All right, Bagent looking to Dante Foreman here. He would have 3 touchdowns on the day.
Well, yeah, Dante Foreman. The run game of the Bears just kicked the crap out of the Raiders all game long, for lack of a better phrase, okay? Sure. And the Raiders, I mean, of course, the Bears ended up getting the win.
All right, backstory on Bagent. Went to Shepherd University in West Virginia. It's a liberal arts school. He threw for over 17,000 yards, started as a freshman, and won the Harlan Hill, which is basically the Heisman for Division II. Okay, so he's got it built into him. But Mike Florio, you had a chance to catch up with him. What did he say after the win?
Yeah, my fellow West Virginian, he said the focus was don't make it bigger than what it is. It's just football. And I asked him, when's the moment you realized you could make it in the NFL? And he said, I never really had a moment like that. I just knew that that's what I wanted to do. And I pressed him a little bit more for that instant where the switch flipped for him. And he said it was at the Senior Bowl, when he's going against other guys that he knew were destined for the NFL. When he was able to compete with them, that gave him the confidence to end up where he is today. And if Justin Fields can't play next week, we may see him on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, Fields dealing with that thumb injury, and that's great news for the Bears. But, I mean, the Raiders, you're thinking they're going to walk away with a 4-3 record, and they just didn't show up.
Yeah, they're playing against Chicago. They're one of the top 5 worst teams on defense for points allowed, and they put 12 points out. But it was the way Chicago beat them. Running over them, moving them, just you said it, Chris.
Didn't look good.
A good old butt kicking. Yeah, that's not what you want from Vegas at all.
Yeah, so the Bears walk away with the win, but the battle of the backups goes to Chicago. Let's get an FNIA alert again. The Chiefs taking on the Broncos. All right, we've got an interception on the play. P.J. Locke. Oh, actually, we're updating the Chargers and the Chiefs.
That's all right. We'll get there.
It's all still an interception.
Gets the interception on Herbert. They're trying to force something.
You knew an interception was coming. That's what secondaries do.
There's another pick coming, though. You'll be there.
Interceptions everywhere.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
P.J. Locke, show them what I'm talking about.
Jordan Love throwing a deep post here, and you can see he just underthrows it. P.J. Locke does a great job.
Never needed that. Never needed that.
All right, we got the full highlights coming. That game finishing up on CBS, and we will make sure you get to it in Football Night in America. Oh, my God.
Oh, look at that.
How beautiful is that?
That is amazing.
Great job by the camera guy. Look at that.
Wow.
Go America.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
A.J. Brown, he has been on a heater here recently. 4 straight games over 125 receiving yards. Tyreek Hill, he's the leading receiver, number 2 in the NFL, right there. So Philly, they have their own strategy when it comes to creating one-on-one opportunities for those top wideouts.
Like Miami, they force you into playing man-to-man coverage as well, but they do it with their quarterback running the football. And Jalen Hurts' ability is what does it. Here, there's 5 defensive linemen, 5 blockers. You think you're okay, but Philadelphia can get an extra blocker because they use Hurts as a runner. He cleans up the linebacker there, and you get that big play. What that does is force you into playing man-to-man, Rodney.
Coach, you talk about A.J. Brown, and the biggest thing when you're defending him is don't let him get behind you, and you have to tackle him. He's 6'1", 225 pounds. He's a big dude. He's fast. He's athletic. You got to make sure you don't have your starting corner, Xavier Howard. You got to make sure you get him.
In Philly, they brought in some aging reinforcements as well. We got to look at Julio Jones. He's going to be active tonight. What does he bring at this point?
Well, I talked to Aaron Moorhead, their receiver coach, and he said that Julio Jones has picked things up really quickly. They've got about a 25-play package for him. We'll see him tonight. They want to use him against this man-to-man coverage.
He's got experience. He's got a big body, and he can play outside. We know Devontae Smith is hurt a little bit. He can play outside.
You mentioned it, too, with Xavier Howard out. Little added responsibility, a little added opportunity for the Philly wideouts.
Both secondaries have injuries, so which group is going to be able to deal with these big-time receivers playing man coverage?
Don't forget about him.
Let's go back in to Maria.
All right, thanks, Jack. Let's talk about the heart and soul of the Eagles offense. It's center Jason Kelce, and our former Patriot Devin McCourty caught up with Kelce, who cemented his status as a Philly icon with that Super Bowl speech nearly 6 years ago.
I finally watched your great parade speech.
I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
I watched it at the right time, because if I would have watched it back then,
you wouldn't have liked it so much.
I would have been angry.
Hungry dogs run faster, and that's this team.
How hungry is this dog sitting across from me still?
Well, he's not malnourished, especially coming off everything that happened last year, to go the distance that we went and not get it done. That will make you hungrier, I think, than maybe you've ever been. Reinvigorates, I think, a lot of juices and a lot of energy.
Fill in the blank. The Philadelphia Eagles offense is at its best when
Jalen Hurts is dialed in and able to be himself. I don't think that there's a defense in the league that can stop that.
What has been the best compliment you've ever given Jalen Hurts?
One of the things that I really appreciate, and I've definitely said this to him, his temperament in the huddle and the way he carries himself. I'm not blessed with that. My emotions go like this. I'm like all over the place. And it's good for me when he's like that.
Family on 3, 1, 2, 3.
I think one thing that helps him is having an offensive line play as well as you guys have played.
Here we go. One play at a time now, Jay. One play at a time now, baby.
What is the mindset of you and the offensive lineman? You get a run play called in that you know is locked. It's like, you're here to stop the run, and I get to go attack the guy across from me.
You know, whenever you get one of those called in, you're excited to hit the blocks. You're just trying to hit everything aggressively and make sure it goes well so that they keep calling it. I think that's a big thing. Like, it's one of those things, as you continually do it, you know, it wears on the defense. You start getting in a rhythm. You know, when you're in that rhythm, there's nothing better.
All right, well, according to Next Gen Stats powered by AWS, that Eagles run game was the best in the league over the first few weeks, but it hasn't been quite as dynamic since. So, Chris and Devin, what's changed?
Yeah, I think then when they're in 12 personnel, that's 2 tight ends out there, they get big, they get heavy, they get to run the ball, and what Kelce just said, they get to attack. And when they get to do that first play in the New England game, they come out, you see the 2 tight ends. New England has enough in the box to stop the run, but they come, they move people, and they get off to a really good start in this game by running downhill. And right here, Tampa puts more than they can block, supposedly.
It doesn't even matter because, like you said, it's a talented offensive line. It's well thought out. They got a good running back, and they can overpower with just about anybody in football with these big guys up front. Now, they fall into this trap sometimes of getting into the spread, right, Devin? Yep. And it becomes a speed game. And that's what the Jets wanted last week. Running outside, no, Philadelphia. Running up the middle with your big people, and then it opens up the pass game, makes defenses play one-on-one against A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and that's when Jalen Hurts gets real dangerous, Maria.
All right, that's what you guys are noticing about that run game, but let's talk about play calling, too, and the identity of the Eagles. They're coming off of that loss to the Jets, and Jason, you feel like maybe that's something that they've gotten away from, the identity that got them to a Super Bowl a season ago.
First off, I loved how Kelsey said he's not malnourished. I thought that was fantastic.
That was
yeah. You know, they're so good on the offensive line. 4 of the 5 guys, they're starters. They're among the best in the league. That's why they've been so consistent as a team. They threw it 45 times last week against the Jets, and a lot of them were just straight dropbacks. They got to get back to mixing the run it inside, run outside, the RPO game, the movement game, and then mix the drop back pass game in. If they get back to that identity, they're hard to stop.
And they have to do that soon because the next 5 weeks they have the Cowboys, Kansas City, the Bills, and the 49ers, so it's not getting easier after this matchup against the Dolphins. All right, it's official. All games are final on your Week 7 Sunday, including the Steelers getting that upset in L.A. Mahomes and Kelsey absolutely teeing off against the Chargers. We're going to have highlights of all of that to come on Football Night in America. Jalen Hurts, you know, he's trying to get back on the winning edge, and I think he looks clean in the Kelly green.
Wow.
He's dancing his way into our heart, but the defense got to deal with Jalen Waddle. Yeah.
Performance electrified. Presented by the all-electric Acura ZDX.
That is what you call an explosive offense.
When you're having fun, happiness comes along with it. We work hard, work together, and it's a joy to be out there with those guys.
Well, I tell you, that's what everybody is waiting to see. It is on right now. Oh, the Penguin is back in the end zone.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. Dollar Rita's back. You're welcome, America. And by Progressive, the right call to protect your home and car.
Remember November 1993, Jason? Dolphins, Eagles?
I remember.
Yeah?
Yeah. Marino watching Doug Peterson, the starting quarterback.
Right?
Oh, look
at Collinsworth.
Wow, look at Chris Collinsworth.
Looks just like Jack.
Glasses.
Oh, look, and there's Mike McDaniels. Guess what? He was 10 years old when that game was played.
And now he's head coach, and look at that.
Yes, now he's living his best life with his family. Yes, get a kiss, a good luck hug from the babies. It's almost time for kickoff. The Packers taking on the Broncos as we get back to the highlights. To the fourth quarter we go. Packers down 6. Green Bay going for it on 4th and 2.
Yeah, going for it on 4th and 2. Romeo Doubs drops the ball. You're going, oh no, it pops up in the air. Jaden Reed gets the interception. The Packers really controlled the second half of the football game and had a chance to win this football game.
Yeah, they take the 17-16 lead. We're all in here like, should they go for it? Should they do it? Should they do it? Yes. The answer is yes when you make that play. All right, Packers ball off the Broncos. Retook the lead with a field goal. Love looking.
Love, 3rd and 20. Sees somebody down the field. The ball flutters in the air.
Oh, man.
P.J. Locke with the INT. He seals it up, and Denver finally pulls one out in the 4th quarter the right way at home.
Yeah, Packers' worst start since 2006. The Cardinals taking on the Seahawks. Geno Smith without DK Metcalf. So he's going to be looking for some rookies in this game.
Smith and Jigba said, don't worry, DK's not here. I'm here. Gets his first touchdown of the year. They've been talking about this guy getting going, and he did it today.
Okay, to the second quarter we go. Seattle's down 3, looking for another rookie.
Bobo. And what a throw right here. It's a tight window. Goes up there. We were in the screening room like, did he catch it? I'm not sure. They do the replay. We're like,
what do you think? What do you think?
We're like, no, he didn't catch it.
He didn't catch it?
But we never know what's a catch because we come back and they say he caught it.
Toe rule. We've always been taught heel toe is that should not have been a touchdown.
Listen, Jake Bobo made the catch and they got the win. All right, moving on. The Commanders taking on the Giants.
Look at those unis, JJ.
Great start. Taylor getting to Saquon Barkley, 32 yards and a tutty.
Yeah, Tyrod looked comfortable, but throw it to that guy, the most impactful player on the Giants. When he's healthy, they got a chance.
118 total yards for Barkley on the day. To the third quarter we go. Sam Howell was under pressure all day.
He sure was. Sacked him 6 times. This is late. This could have sealed it for the G-men. Thibodeau drops an easy one.
Come on, Kayvon. This was a close one, almost an interception. Giants, let's Commanders hang around in this one. 4th and 5. Howell's got a chance.
Hey, he scrambles left, doesn't get his hips all the way around. Dotson misses it. The Commanders were 1 for 15 on 3rd down.
Yeah. Well,
rough outing.
Jonathan Allen sounded upset after this one.
fucking tired of this bullshit. It's been 7 fucking years of the same shit. Tired of it.
What can you do now going forward to get it turned around?
Get our minds right and get ready to play in Philadelphia.
I didn't know we had enough bleeps to cover all of that. But yeah, the Commanders not feeling good about what happened. But if you're a Giants fan, you were certainly happy with the pressure that you were able to bring.
Definitely. Will we wear those uniforms like that?
It's a different team.
Giants come back. That paid my whole life growing up. That's who, okay? It's the New York Giants, but it starts with this guy right here, Dexter Lawrence, up the middle. His pressure pushing the pocket into Sam Howell's face, along with Leonard Big Cat Williams. They were all over Sam Howell, and this passing game never got going.
It's a record-breaking pace that the Commanders are on. David Carr got sacked more than Sam Howell, but Sam Howell's coming fast. You know, they better find a way to start protecting, especially against those guys.
The Giants had 6 sacks on the day. Coming into the day, they only had 5 on the season. So an impressive night against the Commanders, which is why Jonathan Allen had so many beautiful words to share with us in the postgame. All right, the Dolphins are taking the field. Up next, they have to kick it off against the Eagles. It should be a good one. We've got speed and we've got Swift. Let's go. I see what you did. My producer's got my back.
Here we go, boys. Here we go. Come on, baby. Hey, let's go, let's go. That's how you do it. More magic. That's what we need. Have a day, young man. Have a day. What a pick. More, please. More. That's what I'm talking about. The passion's crazy here. Unbelievable. Hold on, ready? Touchdown. Hit him with a bullseye.
This is Football Night in America. Served by Applebee's.
Matthew Berry and the Fantasy Football pregame gang was in a Philadelphia Applebee's this morning, and it was 5 o'clock somewhere. Plenty of fans showed up. We've got mascots. We've got it all. And somehow Matthew has made his way to the field for the DraftKings Sportsbook 3-play.
Yes, thank you, Maria. Made it out alive. The Philadelphia Eagles faithful will out in full force. And, of course, that's where we start our DraftKings 3-play tonight, is on the Eagles and A.J. Brown. Did you know A.J. Brown has 5 straight games with over 125 receiving yards? I like the over on his receiving prop tonight, as well as they throw to keep up with the Miami Dolphins. On the other side of the ball, same thing. Tyreek Hill has had 150 receiving yards in 3 of his past 4 games. I think he gets over his receiving line here. And if Tyreek is going hot, you know that means Tua Tagovailoa is having himself a day. He leads all quarterbacks in touchdown rate this year. And the way to attack the Eagles, I believe, is through the air. We know how good that run defense is, so they will take it through the air. Give me Tua Tagovailoa over 1.5 passing touchdowns tonight. A reminder, on DraftKings Sportsbook this season, new customers can bet $5 and pocket $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus, all customers can get a no-sweat, same-game parlay every day. Just download the app and use the promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Maria.
Thank you, Matthew. You know, Tua, the MVP favorite, is now in year 2 under Mike McDaniel, and he sat down with Michael Smith to discuss his relationship with his head coach and how that's helped him on the field in tonight's edition of Gets It.
Being yourself, what does that mean? Who is Tua Tagovailoa able to be more now?
Tua Tagovailoa as a professional, much more different than Tua Tagovailoa at home, being a dad, being a husband. But I think it's intertwined more since the coming of Mike McDaniel with sort of the freedom that he's brought to the organization. Dude, you can express yourself, you can joke, but when it is time to work, we know it's time to work.
How has you just being more comfortable in your own skin translated into your performance this season?
For me, being able to be myself, it allows me to play free. And it's something that Mike has helped train in me.
Well, the facts are facts. You're playing at a very high level.
Like, dude, you can't be so hard on yourself. Like, this game is hard enough.
It's going to be fun, man. Enjoy every snap.
You're going to make mistakes, but how are you going to respond?
Boy, you talk about looking for big plays.
At one point, there were some doubts about just how good you are. Have you gotten to a place where you believe you're good?
Yeah, I've definitely gotten to a place where I believe I'm good. But you never know how good things are if they weren't bad.
You've got to be kidding me.
And you never know how bad things are if they weren't good.
Let's go! Let's go!
How much is there a sense of satisfaction without being satisfied?
I definitely feel satisfaction from wins. The thing that brings me joy is seeing how happy the guys are. That picture frame of our guys smiling after we have a win, it's almost an addictive feeling. And I'm always grateful that none of this comes easy and you got to put the work in for it.
Well, that was Gets It with Michael Smith, presented by the Farmer's Dog. And I love you could hear Mike McDaniel say, enjoy every snap. That's something the Dolphins have been doing. They have 38 plays of 20-plus yards. The chunk plays are something that you, Jason, have been very impressed with all season.
Maria, they can beat you so many different ways. They can run the ball. They throw it quick. They beat you with run after catch. They throw the ball over the defense. But these chunk plays in the middle of the defense, this is Tyreek coming in motion. It's a 20-yard in cut. So it's play action. And look at all the air in the defense. The linebackers are close to the line of scrimmage. The deep guys are way deep. It's just a huge hole. And Tua just lays it in there. It's the same kind of thing. It's a different formation. Tyreek one more time comes in motion. A lot of guys around the line of scrimmage. A lot of guys real deep. Holes in the middle of the defense. Just lay it in there one more time. So these 18, 20, 22-yard in cuts, they're hard to stop.
Yeah, and the secondary is deep for a reason. There's a lot of speed on Miami. Waddle, Hill. So the linebackers, or what we call underneath coverage, linebackers, secondary players, when you're in that range, you can't stay at 5 yards or 6 yards from the line of scrimmage. Get depth, get back, take away that free space in the middle, make Tua have to hold the ball for an extra second, maybe half a second, and you look there, your defensive line will get home, and you'll get a sack.
Yeah, let's see if Philly can do that, right? Because it's easier said than done. We know that, seriously. And then they have just checks and balances for everything. So, again, you worry about the deep pass downfield. It's the screens on the outside. It's the run game. And then, of course, that's what makes the intermediate passing so wide open for Tyreek and company.
Yeah, you're not going to score points in the NFL if you don't make explosive plays.
That's right.
And they do it so many different ways. The run after catch is ridiculous. The explosive runs. When you make these chunk plays, that's what allows you to keep these drives going, and that's when you score points. They do it better than anybody.
The 5 fastest plays by ball carriers all reside on the Miami Dolphins. You're talking about that run after catch. It's dangerous. All right, let's get back to the highlights, starting with the Browns taking on the Colts. You guys know a young man named Myles Garrett?
I do. I've heard of him. He's kind of good.
I heard he's going to impact this game in ways you never thought a defensive lineman could.
He took over. A double team right here, Maria? No big deal. I mean, it would help if one of them got him the double team. I don't know what it was. But either way, strip sack, fumble, easy touchdown for the Browns right there.
Garrett finished with 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, and a blocked field goal.
I don't know what's some more amazing physical feat. Now, Gardner Minshew and the Colts, I mean, 39 points against this Browns defense. Who thought this was going to happen today? Missed tackles, and Michael Pittman Jr. taking it to the house right here.
Yeah, he breaks 2 of them, sprints for 75 yards and a touchdown, so the Colts retake the lead 38-33 there. Then P.J. Walker, he's in for Deshaun Watson. He got hit a little hard. They're being cautious here. P.J. Walker is strip sacked.
No, strip sacked, and you're going, oh, wow, this is unbelievable. DeForest Buckner comes up. They're going to win this football game.
But wait.
Illegal contact downfield.
Yes.
And I think it was the right call here.
Of course you do.
Well, I stuck up for the defense a lot today.
You do too, Deb. You do too.
It was a tough call. It was a tough call, but either way, the Browns punch it in here with Kareem Hunt and take the lead.
Yes, so the Browns get the victory 39-38. After that, Hunt finished with 2 rushing touchdowns on the day, and the victory goes on. 8 different lead changes in this one. We really enjoyed watching this in the screening room. That was a fun one.
I thought this game was going to be 13-10.
All right, the Patriots taking on the Bills. Bill Belichick still looking for that 300th win. Josh Allen getting it to Stephon Diggs. This is how you tackle, right?
This is an all-out blitz. Allen stands in there, delivers a strike to Diggs. He gets up. J.C. Jackson misses a tackle. Miles Bryant misses a tackle. And Diggs goes in there for a touchdown to give life to Buffalo.
Okay, very next possession. Mac Jones to Kendrick Bourne, but Bourne fumbles. Bills recover.
Just not New England football. Catches the ball. If they just hold on to the ball, they're probably going to win the game, and Bourne fumbles and gives the ball right back to Buffalo.
Okay, the Bills are going to go for it on 4th and 2 here.
Hits Kincaid and picks up the first down. New England again comes with the blitz. Allen makes him pay with a first down.
Yeah, 3 plays later, Allen punches it in for a touchdown.
You're not stopping the big guy down there. He's going to score. You're not stopping that.
There's also a successful 2-point conversion, but the Patriots get the ball back down 3.
Now we're getting to the good parts of this highlight.
Calm down over there.
Catches a screen, they pick up the flag. It looks like maybe they should have kept it, but then Hunter Henry would have been catch.
This is a decisive drive, okay? Patriots down the Bills' 1-yard line. Mac Jones, what you got?
Mike Gesicki, you know what happens after Gesicki catches touchdowns? He does one of the worst gritties that you will find in America, but New England loved it.
It's not beautiful, but Bill Belichick did get his 300th regular season win, and of course he was psyched about it.
Bill, what is your reaction to becoming the third head coach with 300 wins behind Don Shula and George Halas?
I mean, it's great. I'm really more focused on, our team and this year, and worry about that later.
Obviously the most excited we've ever seen him.
That's why he didn't respond to my text yet congratulating him.
Okay.
His energy's still low.
Text you
Not yet. I'm waiting for the text, man.
Okay, just give him till like Monday. Let's talk about the Bills, though, because this has to be a very disappointing loss for them. Josh Allen, though, was under pressure 41% of the time. That's the most he's seen pressure so far this season, and that seemed to really affect him.
Yeah, and JG said it was like week 1 or 2. The burden on Josh Allen is when this team has problems. And today, he was forced to try to run around and make plays from the beginning of the game all the way to the end of the game. Just pressure right up the middle. Sometimes a second or two after he gets the ball and drops back to pass. And when he has to do that, mistakes happen, and this team is just not at its best.
And he's so capable doing it. Time and time again, you see him come out of these things, but over time, against teams, 60, 65 plays in a ball game, you just can't ask anybody to do that, and that showed up again today.
Yeah, that's right. They got Super Bowl aspirations, and it's really like if you could stop Josh Allen from throwing 50-yard lasers and stop him from scrambling around and making magic plays, what else is there in that offense to stop? And I think that's where Buffalo's got to figure out some other answers.
So your Patriots coming in with a little bit of a blueprint against the Bills moving forward. All right, we saw a little bit earlier for the Browns. They did get the victory, but Deshaun Watson, he left in the first quarter. Mike Florio, what more can you tell us?
Yeah, helmet struck the turf in the first quarter. Watson left for a concussion evaluation. He was cleared to return, but Coach Kevin Stefanski decided to keep him out and protect him against any further hits. Remember, he had that shoulder injury that had knocked him out for a couple of games. After the win, Stefanski said Watson is the starter next week in Seattle. Watson was more guarded. He said, I'm praying as to the shoulder, it's not anything worse. We'll have to keep an eye on it all week long.
Yeah, for 2 weeks in a row, P.J. Walker has stepped in and got the victory for the Browns. All right, we saw Lamar Jackson and the Ravens absolutely maul the Lions. We've got the highlights coming, and the Chiefs getting another victory. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, brotherly love. Oh, there she is.
There she is.
Coming up.
Dance, too.
Oh.
TD dances.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
We all we've got. Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love.
The players are ready.
How do you want to be remembered? We put the work in. Protect them out. If you're wondering what a track meet looks like,
Demon speed.
Mostert is gone. Tyreek Hill.
Nobody's gonna catch him. Receive fast speed.
Shot out of a cannon. He just won past everybody.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Push. It's a wrestling match.
You're a tank. Go through him. Run over him.
He's in.
I just don't know how you stop that.
We will fly.
This is the main event.
So it is a contrast of styles between two quarterbacks that began as Alabama teammates when they entered the league in the same draft class. And for Tua Tagovailoa, year 4, it has been the best of his career thus far. And Jalen Hurts, he got paid this offseason, but now needs to bounce back after a 3-interception game in last weekend's loss to the Jets. Let's go on the field, presented by Hyundai. Brad, the Dolphins, they have built a very real defensive line to help get after Hurts tonight.
Absolutely, and Christian Wilkins, he's their best defensive player. And you start to look at some of the guys. Bradley Chubb, he's playing a lot better this year. But to me, I'm really excited for some of the role players. Andrew Van Ginkel, he's been outstanding. He has 4 sacks, Jack.
And for the Eagles, I think the key is the defensive line as well. Miami is so fast on the outside in their skill position. Philly's got some injuries in the secondary. They're going to need to give those guys a lot of help. That defensive line is going to have to set the tone, and they are good at it, too. They've got some people that can get after the passer, Rod.
Absolutely. You start to look at Hassan Reddick, and he may be quiet for 3 quarters, but you look up in the fourth quarter, he gets you 2 sacks, and he makes the biggest plays in the biggest moments.
You guys have been down on the field talking to everybody that matters. What have you learned before kickoff?
Well, watching Tua Tagovailoa throw in warm-ups, he was so accurate and so quick with that ball. It was really, really impressive. But talking to the coaches on both sides, I think this game is going to be won in the trenches, Rodney.
For the Dolphins, no Xavier Howard, the #1 corner, Eli Apple. He steps in, he jogs past me and says, yeah, it's going to be an Eli night tonight. So he's going to get plenty of attention. That's absolutely.
Coach, to your point about the ground game, the wind gusts have been up in the 20s, so it could be a factor, Maria Taylor.
Not a factor here in the studio. As we get you back to the highlights, the Steelers taking on the Rams. Terrible towels. They made their way to SoFi Stadium because they travel very well. To the third quarter to go. Steelers down 6. Matthew Stafford's pass is intercepted by T.J. Watt.
Is there a better defensive player in football? Zach fumbles, he picks him up. Now he's dropping and covered and intercepted balls. Wow.
That would lead to a Steelers touchdown. And here we are, score tied at 17 in the fourth quarter. Najee Harris in for 3 yards.
This was an ugly win for Pittsburgh. Just hand him the ball when he gets down and close. That's when they play their best.
Do they come pretty in Pittsburgh? 4th and 1. Kenny Pickett looking to sneak it. And they have to bring out the chains to measure, okay, guys? It is a first down.
I have no idea what the side judge saw on this. I have no idea what the instant replay guys saw. I agree with you, Sean.
Pittsburgh outscored the Rams 14-zip in the fourth quarter and get the victory. All right, the Lions taking on the Ravens, a battle of division leaders. We're thinking about a competitive game. Lions looking for their 5th straight win, but Lamar Jackson all day in this one.
Some people call Lamar, some people call him Action, but Action Jackson says, I'm following Stanley. And what a block. Hey, DBs, move out of the way when linemen are coming.
Yeah, Ronnie Stanley, the left tackle, looking good on that block. And then Jackson having plenty of time here escaping the pocket.
I mean, this play is just ridiculous. Everyone used to talk about Lamar Jackson. He has to learn to stay in pocket. He does a full 360, keeps his eyes down the field, finds Nelson Aguilar in the back. And the play was almost 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Can't cover that long.
Yes, 9.8 seconds is how long he had the ball, kept his eyes downfield, hits Aguilar. That 12-yard touchdown is very good. Baltimore went up 28-zip before the Lions could even manage a first down in this one. Aaron Glenn's like, hey, got some displeasure. Guys, let's get it together.
Let's go.
Good job. The pep talk worked, though, Devin.
It did. Lamar Jackson said, you know what, Mark Andrews, welcome to this party. Let me find you for a touchdown. I don't know if there's a quarterback playing better than Lamar Jackson right now.
Impressive win, 38-6. In this one. The Chargers taking on the Chiefs. Guess what? Taylor Swift is back. And it's National Tight Ends Day, so you know it's going to be a big day for Kelsey.
Oh, and then, of course, it starts with the connection right there. Creative play, gets the ball to Kelsey. They push him in. And this is next level, Maria.
Chris, you and I are going to learn this touchdown celebration dance before the season's over.
Wow,
okay?
they're all in over there.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Taylor Swift, Brittany Mahomes have one. We got to have one. All right, third quarter. Chargers are in the red zone. Justin Herbert, his pass is going to be tipped here and then intercepted.
Yeah, and I guess big hands over the middle, trying to throw. Charles Omenihu gets it up, tips it up in the air, in a moment where you felt like the Chargers had a chance to get momentum back, but not so fast. And then it becomes Mahomes, Isaiah Pacheco, and like to note, McCole Hardman, recently acquired from the Jets, big punt return set up that TD.
Yeah, so the Chargers go on to get the victory, 31-17. It's Mahomes' 5th career game with 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. And, of course, it works well with his buddy. Guys, they had their 50th touchdown connection today. They're just something that it's hard to stop once they are feeling it, and that's what it was like.
I thought Lamar had a great day, but I still think this guy's playing better. This is ridiculous. We've seen this for a long time. They have an amazing field together. It's like they're at the playground. Mahomes extends the play. Travis feels what he's seeing, and they make connections. They do it week after week.
And it's so hard. You play zone, Kelsey finds a weak spot, so you decide to go man-to-man. You get pass interference on here. You get Asante Samuel getting beat on the long play. It's just, how do you cover this guy?
They're just on the same page. It's simpatico. They see it. They feel it together. They've had so many reps together, and it shows up consistently. Trust me. The Chargers wanted to stop 87 and 15 today.
Yeah.
He went for 424.
That was the game plan, right?
Yeah,
that's
the plan.
It just didn't work
That's
out.
what they do all week long. Let's stop these guys.
Okay, you're riding with Patrick Mahomes. Chris, you're talking about the great day that Lamar had for the Ravens, though.
That's right. Well, just like that, the Lions said, hey, we're going to stop Lamar Jackson in this football game, right? That did not exactly happen. But where the Ravens become special, that pass game is coming along, as we know. But when they run the football, that's when they become really dangerous. Oh, you overplay the run to Justice Hill. Now Lamar keeps it off the edge. And look at the creative RPO by Todd Monken to OBJ. Now, looks like the quarterback sweep right. Nope. Look at everybody downhill. Look at my man Mark Andrews sneaking behind everybody else. Gets a big play. Sets them up for the TD. Now, we got a little, again, run fake. Little bootleg to the right. You're so worried about Lamar keeping the ball. Gus Edwards slips out of the backfield. Wide open down the field. Baltimore's really hitting on all cylinders. Run game and pass game. Watch out for them. Now over to Mike Florio, who talked to Mark Andrews.
Yeah, and Chris, you hit the nail on the head. The offense is coming together. It's game 7. They're getting to where they want to be. Mark Andrews said Lamar Jackson is being patient. He's going through the progressions. He's spreading the ball around. 9 different receivers today in that Baltimore passing game. And with the Ravens winning a couple in a row, they're at 5-2 now. And Andrews said this is the time of year to take the next steps and to separate from the other teams, Maria.
Yeah, looks like they are completely in a rhythm at this point. All right, it's time now for Barry's Bet, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. And Matthew, he went off the board last week with Wan'Dale Robinson, but you nailed it, okay? So what do you have for us tonight?
Well, Maria, you talked about how it's National Tight End Day, so that's where I'm going. The tight end, Dallas Goedert of the Philadelphia Eagles. The Dolphins really struggle against tight ends. They're top 10 in the NFL in terms of most yards allowed to the tight end. So Dallas Goedert, who's hit this number, 3 of the last 4 games, will be heavily involved tonight. Give me the over here. When we come back to Football Night in America, it is the best of Week 7. We'll see you soon.
Two 5-1 teams to do battle to end out your Week 7 Sunday night. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles looking to bounce back from a loss to the Jets. Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins looking to continue their track meet in Week 7. All right, here's the best of Week 7, starting with the radio call out in the Patriots land.
Jones passes, looks to his right, throws it to the right, got it! Touchdown! He's got it! Patriots! There he is, Mike Gesicki off the side of a milk cart, catching the game winner.
Bob Sosey, Scott Zolak with the play-by-play, Mike Gesicki with the gritty, and the 300th win for Bill Belichick on the game-winning touchdown to a tight end on National Tight Ends Day. You can't write a better script, Chris.
Well, how about Tyson Bagent? First start ever in the NFL. He was efficient all day long, made some plays with his legs, gets outside the pocket there, finds DJ Moore. Here again, finds Deontay Foreman in the flat, put up a 30-burger on the Las Vegas Raiders.
I mean, speaking of National Tight End Day, the Chargers said, Kelsey, come on, we're not going to double team you. You go get 179 yards, 12 receptions, and a touchdown, because we want to show love for National Tight End Day. And Kelsey made sure he was leaning off and doing it right, because his girl's in the stands. You got to show out on National Tight End Day.
Uncharacteristically bad day for the Cleveland defense, and not a bad day for this guy. Myles Garrett, 2 strip sacks in the ball game. He jumps over the line. He blocks the field goal. This guy was everywhere. You deserve the chain there, Myles.
Here's another guy that was everywhere, JG. Lamar Jackson keeping the ball around the edge. No problem. Touchdown. Could make a cake back here. Then says, okay, it's time to make some moves. Finds Nelson Aguilar in the back of the end zone. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson had their way with the Lions defense all day.
All right, that's the best of Week 7. It is time now for the home team picks, brought to you by Lowe's. We start with America's pick. Jack Collinsworth, take it away.
All right, Maria, 54% of the country likes Miami. In Philly, they get Lane Johnson and Jalen Carter back. That's big. And great teams, they play their best after a tough loss. I'm taking the Eagles in a close game, Coach.
Well, the Dolphins want to use motion, turn it into a track meet. Philadelphia wants to mash with their offensive line and run it. I think the Dolphins are going to do it a little bit better. I'm picking that speed.
2 names I'm looking to hear a lot, okay? DeAndre Swift and Dallas Goedert out of the backfield. I think he's going to be tremendous.
We'll sit next to Rob.
I'm picking the Eagles.
He's on the Eagles. Matthew Berry.
Eagles, I'm sorry.
All right, listen. I think it's going to be a very close one, but I think the Dolphins are a little bit too banged up. The Eagles getting healthier. You know Jalen Hurts is my ride or die, so give me Philadelphia in a close one, Mike Florio.
Both of these teams could be a Super Bowl preview, but somebody's got to win tonight unless they tie. Jalen Hurts bounced back from last week. Eagles in a close one. Chris?
Eagles have been everywhere all year long, haven't played their best football. We've seen the Dolphins be the greatest show on turf. I think that continues tonight. I'm going to take the Dolphins in a close one.
Hey, I'm riding with the show, too. I'm taking the Dolphins 28-27, a one-point game.
No Xavier Howard, I think, hurts Miami tonight. I'm taking the Eagles in another close game. I'm bringing some good luck this week. I can feel it.
I love Miami. I love their offense. Their opponents are 5-24 up to this point. This will be their biggest test of the year. Philly needs this game. It's in Philly. Look for Philly to get back to being a more balanced attack on offense. I take the Philadelphia Eagles.
Say it.
In a close one.
Say fly, Eagles, fly.
You say it.
Those were tonight's home team picks brought to you by Lowe's. Thought I was going to get a cowboy to do it. All right, the Stars are all the way out in Philly. Meek Mill, he's rocking the exclusive play.
I need that jacket.
The Kelly Green retrofits look great. We've got the Dolphins. We've got the Eagles. 2 5-1 teams coming your way, and we will see you at halftime.
I tried the building.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.